Gay selected. Oak John Gredden selected. Tal J. Garrett. Buff. Nick. Oak John Gredden select. Advanced settings. Sub. Advanced. Oak John Gredden. Pit M tongue. Fight. SFK. CP car. TBB Arians. 10 M Vra. Was J. 4. 3 to 40s. Bal J. Buff S. McDermott's. Carrara. Kai M. Sin. View suit. Glare. Ready. Sinzi Taylor selected. Tal J. Garrett. Denvi. Dead M. Patrick. GBM LaFleur. Hubie O'Brien select. Ind F. Jax. KCA. Reed select. Black A. KCA. Black A. Laura S. Mc. Black A. KC. Advanced. Edit uniforms. Ready.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Out of the pistol, it's Bell. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Rivers now. A screen to Bell. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. To throw is Rivers. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. 3rd down here.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Hey, 79! 79!
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Devon Kennard coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. On is the Chargers punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And this will be taken at the 13. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Lions will take over. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 23.
You think you gonna get this? Hey, Charlie! Hey, watch the slant! Watch the slant!
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10. So now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They give to Johnson going right. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. picked off at the 40. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And Detroit getting set to go now. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 20. This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Omaha, ready to move. Edwards got 4 down. Showing it. 25, check 25, check 25. Topper. Look at him.
Back to throw, Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Check 26, check 26. Watch him, Omaha, ready to move.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. Oh, look at the juke. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Rip left, rip left. Hey. Omaha, ready to move. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
10. You better break. I'm letting you know right now, you better break. Alert!
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey. 10. Monday. 49's a mic.
Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Tighten up. Big 20. Check 13. Hey, easy.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
32. Pull it together. Feel right, 22. Switch. Protein spill.
Freeman again, a first down carry. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Royce Freeman, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions have got it back to a one-score game. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And he'll take it out to the 25. A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Check. Crunch. X3. 218. Chop. 141. Hey, Zoo.
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Coming to you.
From the gun, Rivers. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Badgley on for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score, Chargers 21, Lions 7.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Set, 280. 52's the mic. They can't hang with us. 0.
On first down, Stafford here. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
You don't want no problem.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On second down, it's Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out, and picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Keep playing at their 49-yard line. Let's get it.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. The give is to Bell, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
And it brings up 3rd down.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. He's by himself. Keenan Allen. Touchdown, L.A. Keenan Allen, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Yellow lady! Yellow lady! Get him! Middle, middle, middle! Hey, exit! Mike's 49! Mike's 49! I'm coming!
From the gun on third down, Stanford. They got a man, it's Woods. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hey! Go, 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 go! Hey, 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 hey! 49's the mic. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, easy, easy. 49's the mic. Watch 49. Go, go, go.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Monday. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Hey, Echo. Watch the pass. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21.
On first and 10, Stanford. Throw left side complete. It's James. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Hurry! Hi, boys, cut!
The final shot before the break, Stanford. He'll find Royce Freeman, the running back. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So we have reached halftime, intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it first and 10 at their own 21.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Deuce.
And they start the second half with Johnson. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
Throwing is Stafford. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
White. SOS. Hey! Hey, Cherry, 5-0! 21, check Mike 21. Stay 50, stay 50. Big 20. Kill.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. They knew they were going to have great field position, went all out, got a little too aggressive.
And you have to understand your angles. They're cut down when they're that backed up. You've got to be careful going after him.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch it. Watch it. Double right. 31's the mic.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford, James has got it, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hey, let's get this. Check 99. Check 99.
Operating from the gun. Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Hey. To the backfield. Motion to the backfield.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. Melvin Ingram able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Now Benjamin. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
At their own 49-yard line.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers out 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Let's put that team on the bus.
They'll go again with Bell. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. From the gun, Rivers. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
Watch the curl, watch the curls.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 2-yard line.
Set! Yellow 80! Yellow 80! Hey, alert 3, alert 9!
Again, it's Johnson. "22 yards there, a 1st down. They were probably just looking for a couple yards of breathing room, snapping the ball at their own 2. Well, they got a lot of breathing room.
And even knowing that offenses are as aggressive as they are now in the NFL, you still expect them to run the football in that situation. Why weren't they ready? Instead, it turns into a monster game and gets them way from the shadow of their own end zone.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here we go, here we go. Kill.
Now a handoff. Johnson trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 4.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Lions on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. That was a 3rd and somewhat manageable, now not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
Hey, Haywood. 49, guys. Mike, 49. 11. Watch twist.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
59.
The Lions go for it on 4th. It's Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Hey, 70. Hey, Foxtrot. Alert.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Check. 53. Ready.
To throw again. Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Nasir Adderley, the rookie from Delaware.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
180. Behind.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
Matt, 180. I'm coming after you. Wait, 89.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd down, it's Bell. It's Le'Veon Bell. It's a foot race. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Sanders, and this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer.
Here we go. Hey, 79! 79! General West!
After the penalty, it's Bell. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action.
And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Chargers 35, Lions 7. Michael Badgley set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 23.
He's checking.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. A big run there by Johnson. 49 yards on the ground. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
He's coming.
Here's Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Joey Bosa picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Easy alert. Hey, motion. Hey, Delta.
On fourth down, Stafford. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now from the 9, here's second and goal. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
260. It's going to be a long day. And middle. 52.
One last throw here for Stafford. Flush. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right.
Report
Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.